Married to a victim of abuse, an abuse victim herself, how did my next guest free herself from that and become a leader in her community? Fay Wapenisk joins me today. Thanks for joining us today with Fay.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Your story doesn't start off very easy. You were a victim of sexual abuse. Tell us about that.
Growing up, I was overweight and was a victim of bullies from other children, and some of that abuse and bullying included sexual abuse and assaults that lasted throughout my childhood, and left me pretty scarred.
Did your family know what was going on?
No, they weren't aware, and I felt shame to tell them, to mention to them that anything was going on, and so it was something that just stayed in the dark. Yeah.
What was your coping mechanism? How did you get through that?
I ate. As a child, I used food as a comfort, and I used food as a way of a protection. Right? I led myself to believe that if I wasn't attractive, they would leave me alone, and that wasn't the case. But as a child, you do whatever you think you need to do.
Yeah. Then you head off to Bible college, and while you're there, you have a breakdown, a nervous breakdown. Yeah. Take us back to that day. What happened?
I was at Eastern Pentecostal Bible College in Peterborough, Ontario, and I was attending my third semester there, and I became enraged. I don't even remember what the thing was that was happening, but I completely destroyed the room that I was in with the two girls. I turned over dressers. I just absolutely trashed everything. One of the residence assistants tried to come in and help me, and I was looking for the sharpest thing that I thought I had, which was a nail file. And thank God I didn't find it. Found a hair pick. But, I was just distraught, just at the end of my rope. And it was the Dean of Women, Sue James, that came and was able to help me, console me, hold me, and just bring me back to reality after that breakdown.
And so you ended up in a home for women.
Yep.
Try to deal with some of these issues that you were struggling with. How did that help just this whole process of dealing with probably a lot of pain from that abuse that was coming up, right?
Right. And so I went right from there. They told me that three people from the Bible college called Turning Point Girls Home to say, "Can you please take this woman?"
Wow.
Yeah, they really.
They were all talking about you.
Yeah.
Wow.
on the same day, like the Dean of Men, the Dean of Women, and the Dean of and the head, like they were all calling the girls' home to say, "Please, accept this woman into your program." And so I was there for 16 months. Turning Point Girls Home at the time was in Ridgeway, Ontario, and it was basically very similar to Teen Challenge. And so we would, do Teen Challenge curriculum. And so it taught me discipline. It taught me coping skills. I went to many, many churches in Southern Ontario where we did choir tours and tried to, spread the word of Turning Point that we were around. And so I, went all over Southern Ontario. And so, yeah, that helped me. There was weekly counseling, sometimes daily, and so it really helped me to deal with a lot of what was going on.
And so here you are trying to change your life and get healing from this process. And you're living now with Ivan, your husband, and he's going through his own challenges as being an abuse victim, abuse survivor. And you're almost triggering him as you're seeking healing. He's being triggered.
Right.
Tell us about that.
I went to take a course in Dryden called the 10-course biblical counseling program, and so I was taking the course. Ivan had started taking it several years earlier, and then had taken a break. And so when I went to take my turn, all the things started coming up for me, and then it was triggering things in him. There were times in that year that our marriage got so rocky and so just so hard to handle. I mean, because we were like you said, we were triggering each other, and we were just volatile. It was like the fireworks. It was like fireworks. I mean, we would trigger each other, and our disagreements were just unbelievable. And so it's only through the grace of God and the help of patient, loving counselors that were willing to be there for us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and just whenever we needed to call them, and we did. We called them often.
Well, we're going to continue with your story, Fay. When we return, Fay's story doesn't end there. Amid healing and a tumultuous marriage, Fay decides to turn the focus off herself and instead help a community heal. Stay with us.